down to a few quick things, but I do want to tell you right now, if you are an NPP, no party preference voter, you have to go in and say, I want a crossover Democratic ballot. If you got a ballot in the mail, you must bring in that ballot, and with the envelopes, by the way, and photo ID, but it's important, you can bring in the envelopes too, hand them in, say and you have to use the magic words, I'm surrendering this ballot, so they don't just take it and say, you've cast your blank ballot now. They say, I'm surrendering this ballot in return for a crossover, and you have to use the term crossover Democratic Party ballot. Clearly, this is, by the way, not so easy for the poll workers themselves to figure out. Give them this guidance. Print out the instructions I'm going to have at gregpalast.com within the next hour by the time you're listening to this. So please get to gregpalast.com. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you something for free for being a good boy and a good girl for going to the gregpalast.com. And on the right side, there's a comic book written by me, Ted Rall, and Bobby.
And the humorist Bobby Kennedy.
And Bobby Kennedy. It's a lot of laughs. It's a comic book called Steal Back Your Vote.
So good.
It looks awesome, by the way.
Steal Back Your Vote, and you'll love it. It was the #1 selling adult single-issue comic book of all times. So please, you get that for free if you also get the information on how to vote, because I want you to vote. I don't care who, but please vote tomorrow.
But we care who.
Free.
Yeah, we care who. Shailene and Josh care who.
Who do you care that people vote about?
Bernie Sanders. One thing I want to say, too, is if you do go and you are handed a provisional ballot, regardless of what you say, regardless of what your argument is, make sure you document it as soon as you leave the polling location. Make sure you report it. Make sure you write it down. Make sure you detail every single part of your experience, because all of those testimonies are going to count as we investigate after the primary.
And by law, too, you can do a verbal vote. If they play too much with the paperwork, you are allowed to do, we're told, a verbal vote,
yes.
And they have to write it down.
Yes, wow. Well, what it is you go into the booth, they actually record your votes. It's for people who have trouble writing. You can do an oral, that is, a speaking
yes.
vote. Now this will be
yes.
important. Now listen to this, guys. There are not enough ballots in California. There are not enough, especially the crossover Democratic ballots. If they say we're out of ballots, do not take a provisional ballot. It can't be counted because you're not entitled to it. But you are entitled to say, I want to speak my ballot. This is Greg Palast.
And Josh Fox, quick website.
HowToLetGoMovie.com is my website.
Shailene Woodley.
But today,
yes, we've got to go.
BernieSanders.com.
Yes, absolutely. Harrison with you. You can follow us anytime at Go Harrison. KPFK 90.7 FM in Los Angeles, 98.7 FM in Santa Barbara, 93.7 in San Diego, 99.5 in Ridgecrest, China Lake.
Sorry, I didn't realize that.
We did good.